Hallelujah! How's it going? My name is Blessious and welcome to another Destiny video. What I wanted to do was just play some PvE and really just talk to you about kind of like what went on this week with Destiny, because if you don't know, IGN was giving us little tidbits most of the days this week, and it was really awesome to actually get to see the farm, whether it was Lootsmith's vision or Destin from IGN's thoughts of like everything that he has played. For me, I am so excited for July 18th. July 18th is something that I seriously cannot wait for, because the D2 beta is just going to be something that I think a lot of people are just going to sink their teeth into. And it's also a fun time because it's going to be something that we're going to look back, you know, probably 2018, 2019. Oh, back in my day, I remember I played on this map in the beta of Destiny 2. It's going to be something cool. I cannot wait for it. Oh!
Vicinity anytime now.
Also, Wolves giving us this map yet again. Alright. So the one negative thing that I did see from, well, the reveal, and I don't know how a lot of people feel about this. This is just like probably my one negative thing, and that is something that I know a lot of people say it looks like Destiny 1.5, and I don't necessarily agree with that because it is a new game. The supers are getting revamped a little bit. I don't see it, but I can see where people are like, hey, you know, the shooting mechanics look the same, kind of like the HUD looks the same. The characters, well flushed out so far per what they are showing us versus what there was in D1. I don't really agree with that. My one just scared thing is the fact that we saw the skin for Hopscotch Pilgrim being reused, and that is my only thing. Like, I've always been an advocate of not liking reskins in Destiny, because I mean, I get the point of it, and the only way that I would be exceptionally alright with reskins is the fact that they said that there's not going to be stats that have non-fixed perks. Everything is going to be fixed. So if a hand cannon comes with a vendor, it's always going to be this roll, or if this weapon drops, it's always going to be that roll. And in World of Warcraft, I'm pretty sure everything was a fixed roll, and that's completely all right with me. It's just like, if you're gonna have that, and I'm all right with some reskins if you are going to blanket us with better options. If you're gonna give us better options for things like a hand cannon that might have, you know, luck in the chamber. Another one might have rangefinder, or you get what I'm saying? Like, make it so like more than one hand cannon is in the meta, or it could be viable, because right now you just see a ton of palindromes. It'd be great not to go back to the days of just, you know, last words and thorns for PvP, to have it be multiple hand cannons or multiple weapons. That's my one concern, and if they can blanket us with more options, I'm cool with a little reskinning right there. I was just really surprised to see the fact that there was just Hopscotch Pilgrim skin. That was my one negative. I know that, you know, if you go to Halo 1 to Halo 2, some of the skins, the guns are the same. Hey, I get that. But again, this is kind of like a MMO kind of thing, and hey, I just started playing WoW again, and I played the trial, and I got back into it, and I have to say, like, yeah, there are some reskins in that. I guess it's, if you're pumping out content, I can totally understand. But the fact that there's like the new social space that looks like there's actually activities to do, because for me, when I'm playing with my friends from real life, it takes them forever to do anything. So the fact that there is actually stuff that you can go around and do, whether it's, you know, football or soccer. I don't want to trigger anyone if I say the wrong thing. I think that's a pretty cool addition. And the fact that it's more than just 12 people in a social space, it's like 26, I believe. That's really freaking sweet. The next coming week, I believe Monday, we get to see some PvP announcements from Destiny for IGN. That's something that I am really looking forward to, because I spend most of my time in the Crucible, and that's where I really enjoy the end game. like I might be a potato, but like for me it's more just like shooting, not thinking, and talking to friends. But the more and more I play Destiny, the more I enjoyed like doing story missions like this, whether it's like me talking to you guys or me like, you know, just playing with friends. You can kind of forget, you know, your life's worries. You just go in, shoot, and, you know, just have a good old time. And I'm really excited for Destiny 2 in that regard, because hopefully they get the story right. Hopefully they get the lore right, because they said that with the removal of Grimoire, they acknowledge that there's people that, you know, love the Grimoire, but it was a very niche thing, and I do understand that. I stated before, like, I'm low-key a really big lore nerd, for real. And so I think that's really just something that they just need to get right, whether it's, you know, in the game. They said that if you get a weapon, they want to give a story behind the weapon. Say if it's an exotic, oh god, I might die. Golden gun up, boop, boop, boop. So like there's a gun called the Risk Runner, and I just hope that, you know, it's just, if you get a gun, you get more story besides flavor text. I don't remember what the Submachine Risk Runner sub chat was. It was something to do with, to the fact of, like, I don't know. I just hope it's just not limited to the flavor text. So there's that. I hope they deliver on the lore. I really do. The other thing was the fact that they're trying to unlock the fun. The fact that you can go in and know what to do, whether it's, you know, countdown for a public event in a patrol, which is amazing, because there is, you know, third-party apps like, you know, what is it, Destiny Patrol, something like that. I forget the name of the website, but it has like a countdown timer that isn't always correct, but it's always there. And you can kind of go by it. And, you know, whether you're trying to get something done in the record book or trying to get quests done for Taken King, at a lot of those things where you need to do public events. I like the fact that it's just right there. You can see on the hub, and you don't have to leave the game at all. I think that is just the coolest thing ever, that you don't have to leave the TV or the monitor. You can just stay there, be immersed, and then be with your friends. And you don't have to, for me, in the House of Wolves era, I just did everything from my phone, because I didn't know of like Destiny LFG .net or anything. I actually just looked up an iPhone app, and I got my parties that way, and that's how I LFG'd. So I know that they're having, you know, curated groups and everything for clans, and you can find like-minded players. But I just want them to be able to have everything in the game, and that would be so
a group of fallen has captured
amazing. And it looks like they're having the right step. And the fact that they put like small little things like Ingrams being like the correct color, like these are your rewards. You can get blue Ingrams, you can get purple Ingrams. That is so cool, because it's just not like, hey, you get vague rewards that if you're new to the game, you don't know what that means. You know, it's only players that be, you might get Nightfall tier rewards. That's what that means. So I think that's really cool that it shows you that. It shows countdown timers. And when they were showing the maps of everything, as a veteran Destiny player, I was getting a bit overwhelmed with that. And that was the coolest thing in the world, that there's just like, damn, like there's actually a lot to do in that. Because if you look at your directory, you can see missions that you can do. And I guess that could be a little overwhelming too. But when you're starting out, everything is just pretty much, you know, you go on this route, you can go do here. I remember when I first started Destiny, going to Mars was actually really hard to go to face the Cabal, because the Cabal were really hard back in September of that year, man. Just a little hard, a little difficult. But as the game progresses, we all kind of just understand the game more. And the fact that if they can change it up for someone like us, who is like, you know, Destiny nerds, if they can change it up for us to make it feel fresh, that is the greatest thing that they could ever do. And everything that they're showing, it looks good. There's some similarities, which is needed for a sequel, for sure. But the fact that, you know, the coolest thing for me that when I went to the D2 event, the coolest thing for me was the fact that they kind of just changed the skins up ever so slightly. And a lot of people say, oh, the art style kind of changed. And albeit like Guardians look a little bit different. Some people say Overwatch are cartoony. I don't necessarily agree with it. I agree that it's stylized, and I personally like it. Like, there's small details, whether it's like that one glimpse that we saw of the Hive Knight for that one split second in the movie that they showed that had, you know, kind of like the demon wings. No, I'm not talking about orcs, but like they had the demon wings. Or whether it's the Vex that have like the crazier looking, you know, headpieces. Like, I think it's so cool, and they didn't really show too much of the Fallen, so I'm really excited to see where the Fallen are going to be going in the art direction, because everything else looks different. And I love the Cabal looks, whether it's, you know, the Red Guard or the guys that have flamethrowers on the back of their backs. I think that's just really cool and a really nice little touch that I think is just something that I'm just glad they went back and touched. There are some similarities, like a lot of the stances are the same, just the models just got a little bit of a tweak, which I totally understand. I mean, it'd be silly for them to, you know, change all the things. One of the things that I noticed at the D2 event when I actually got my hands on the game, some of the modes are the same, point is the same, so I was kind of changed by that. I was kind of like, whoa, it's kind of weird. Like, I was expecting there to be like totally brand new things. Like, everyone has brand new sits. I believe each class has their own sit. I may be mistaken about that, but that was my interpretation about that. Maybe like each class, like Warlocks get like a regal sitting pose, and then, you know, Titans might just be like, I saw, dude. I don't know. I only sat with my Warlock. Yeah, I sat with a Warlock when I was doing the strike mission. For the PvP, I didn't do it, and I played again on the Warlock for the PC story mission, and then I played a Golden Gun Hunter on PC for PvP, and for PvP on PlayStation, I played a Titan, because you couldn't really choose. You kind of just had to sit in a place, and you had to get lucky. So I just remember on the PC, like, being able to, like, pick, and I was like, I want to play the Hunter. I mean, and the Hunter for me on PC was just amazing. You know, it's kind of funny because, you know, X or A, depending on your console. You know, you hit that with your thumb, or if you claw, you hit it with your index finger. I'm weird like that. I'm a mutant. I claw to jump, or if you have a scuff. But it's so funny because on PC, you know, it's so much easier to hit a space bar, so everyone's jumping a little bit more. And it was just kind of like a blast to be able to go around just jumping, and the controls aren't what you think they'd be for PC as well. I don't know if anyone's really touched about that, but like I remember being slightly confused that F1 is how you go to this menu. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that, but it makes sense. It's kind of out of the way, and it's something that you want to go to a lot, but everything is re-customizable. But anyway, those are some of the things that I noticed from IGN, mixed in with some of the things that, well, I experienced. I'm very much looking forward to D2's, the beta. I'm looking forward to everything that IGN has to say. For me, as a player, I hope to grow and do more endgame activities. For Destiny 1, and endgame activities were something that was hard for me to unlock. Just because, like, one, my real-life friend, you know, was so hard to, you know, get a hold of with the game. So when, you know, we finally did get at each other, we played mostly like strikes or anything, trying to get him geared up, because I played it slightly more than him. And then he was like, I'm good. I'm playing the Call of Duty now, just because we always worked at like the weirdest hours. Like, he was always just got home insanely late because he worked at a tattoo shop, and I got off at 4 p.m. So you can see how, like, it was hard to play with him. But I just hope that the fact that they are giving guided games with Destiny 2, with the clan features, they just make it a little bit easier for anyone to be able to do endgame activities. My one thing that I really am scared about, this is my one scared thing, and this sounds a little silly, but with House of Wolves, I thought it was a little too quick for us to go in and get geared up for light level for raid. The raid was available. Let's see, the The DLC was released on a Tuesday, and then the Friday, I believe, yeah, Friday was the raid. So that was a time where that entire, you know, span between Tuesday through Friday, it was just people grinding in Omnigul, just grinding Omnigul with, you know, Raise Lighter and Dark Drinkers, trying to kill her, so, you know, like they could kill her before she went into the room, which was eventually patched. And then everyone was just, you know, magically, you know, ready to go for the raid. And that was something that I was a little bummed out for, because everyone was like instantly light level ready. I just hope that they give us time just to enjoy the story. You know, give us 2 weeks before the raid's ready, and then I personally wouldn't mind 4 weeks. I would love to be able to enjoy this, go through, play a character, unlock everything, enjoy Crucible, enjoy Strikes, enjoy playing with friends, and then, you know, be like, okay, it's time to get light level ready for the raids. And then maybe that's like, you know, a couple weeks down the line. I hope they don't be like, okay, we're releasing this on Wednesday the 6th. The 8th, it's ready. I don't know. I heard somewhere that they're planning on releasing the raids really quick. I don't remember who said that, but I just hope that they keep it and push it just a little bit further back for the raids. That is my one quo with it. Alright guys, that was really my thoughts on the IGN pieces that they have brought so far, my first impressions with Destiny from what I played in the past, and just where I am at as a person who just enjoys Destiny and is excited for Destiny 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time guys, Cowabunga!